Hello, welcome back. We're live with the Hamburg Mobile Summit, and we have a great speakers today. I hope you are enjoying the program. We are moving forward, and well, I have our next speaker from a very, very hot London right now, and this is Pedro Rodriguez. Hello, Pedro.
Hello, Julia. Hello, everyone. Very nice being here for the first time at the Hamburg Summit, and really excited to walk you through some of the news that are happening on Snapchat as well.
That's great. Well, when I've been to Hamburg a few times, I remember it was a cool city, and I'm speaking about the temperature right now. So I hope you're feeling the breeze coming from your laptop right now.
I hope so because it's around 30 degrees in London. It's one of the hottest days here,
Oh,
and let's
God.
say this city is not prepared for heat.
Well, I hope you will survive, and we are ready for your presentation. It's over to you.
Sounds good. I'll take it from here, Julia. Thank you for the intro. So quick, small, short intro to myself. My name is Pedro. I work on Snapchat in the platform product team. And what we do is we work with developers all around the world, both successful and indie developers, on making sure their games are more social, are more shareable, and more personal. And hopefully, we're driving a wave of new social games. And that's what I'm going to walk you through today. For this presentation, I have really two subjects that I'm going to touch on mostly, and it's all of how we're bringing this games platform to you all as developers to bring games that are more social to Snapchat, so HTML5 mobile games that live on our platform, or leveraging our technology, leveraging our SDKs to bring the best of Snapchat directly into your games on Android, iOS, PC, and console. But taking a little step back, we need to first give you a quick overview of Snapchat, our experience, because we've been building it throughout the last couple of years, and it looks very different than what did when I joined, for example, 2 years ago. So starting with Snapchat. When you open our app, Snapchat, it opens to the camera. That means that at the core of our experience is yourself, and the creative tools and the augmented reality and the video tools that enable you to communicate with your friends in a more social and interactive way. On the left-hand side of Snapchat, on the first tab, you have Maps. And Maps are really a place to follow your friends, their Bitmojis, as they go through the world. Hopefully, as COVID eases a little bit more and people go out and enjoy each other and hang out, you'll see more and more of your friends and their Bitmojis wandering around the world, and hopefully that will prompt you to join them as well. On Chat, the second tab, it's really the core value proposition of Snap. Snap is a communication app where you engage with your real friends, with a core group of 20 to 30 friends. Those are the folks that you launch a game with, that you invite for a clan, that you play games with, that you celebrate victories, that you compete and brag against about your achievements. And then on the right-hand side, you have stories, and stories are this tab that have premium content mobile from a hand-picked select publishers that we work with around the world. You can follow the stories of your friends as well. And on the right-hand side, you have our newest product, Spotlight, which is a platform for UGC, for creators to create mobile-first short formats that they can distribute to hundreds of millions of Snapchatters on our platform. And as mentioned initially, Snapchat is really about communication. And when I say communication, I'm not only speaking about text, but I'm actually speaking about interactive, creative ways of communicating with your friends and spending time together. So 2 years ago, we definitely already had snaps and augmented reality that would enable you to be communicating with your family and friends in a more interactive and innovative way. But we also had chat with stickers and put you together in the Bitmoji of you and your best friend in a situation that you can communicate much more than text just with a single sticker. We have games now, and we have minis. And games in minis are platforms where games can become the backdrop to your friendship, and you can communicate while you gameplay. So this is a way for us to enable friends within our platform to spend more time together, hang out, and hopefully have an experience as a backdrop to carry on that relationship throughout the years. And to emphasize that point of Snap being really about chat and communication and your core group of friends. During COVID, of course, people went back to their houses and they found a new energy for connecting with friends and family. And we saw that happening across Snapchat overall, with a lot of our features, including gaming, including chat, becoming way more used. And people return to figuring out how to connect and build those deep experiences with friends. 500 million people, monthly active users now in our platform. So the platform has been growing year over year since I joined. It was way behind these numbers, and it's been an exciting period of 2 years where we've been growing quarter after quarter, and this growth seems to be trending well, and we're excited that we're reaching more and more millions of Snapchatters, not only in Western markets but around the world, in markets like India, Russia, MENA, and other markets as well. In our core markets, and markets where we've been have had a really strong hold for the last couple of years. 90% of Snapchatters now in the US are on Snapchat, 90% of Gen Z in US. But it's not only about US, both in UK, France, Canada, Australia, and so many other markets. We now reach more of this cohort of users than either Facebook and Instagram themselves. And people use this tool to communicate with their friends on a daily basis. But they also use it because it's fun. And as you can see on the screen, Snapchat is about these fun moments. It's about engaging with the world around you. It's launching a Snap AR lens that it's fun, and hopefully that is going to bring a little bit more comedy and a little bit more fun to your day-to-day, not only by yourself, but with your favorite friends. And it's also about augmented reality. We launched last year City Painter, this connected lens that prompts within a street of London, and where you can play multiplayer, a game where you paint the buildings around you in the color of your team. And it's already available, and you can experiment if you have a chance to come to London, and hopefully if it's not as hot as today. But let's move into gaming. So I give you a quick overview of the growth of Snapchat in the last couple of years, of all the features, all the tools and content that we've been launching. But now I'm going to focus a little bit of what's important for you, which is how can you bring your game to Snapchat, or how can you use the best technology of Snap to make your games more social? And I think this is really important for both indie developers or established developers, in case you're trying to disrupt your business, differentiate your business, find another channel to distribute. One channel or one platform where marketing, it's not a need. Snap Games, for example, you can launch a game and most of your users, if not all, will be organic, will be user-to-user recommendations or our entry points. And that's what we're trying to really bring to the game. In a market that is becoming more competitive, with app stores and publishers becoming consolidated as well, we want to make sure that everyone has a chance to succeed and build a game, even if they don't have a huge marketing budget or marketing muscle to be able to capitalize on that. And so Snap Games is our first subject. Snap Games are HTML5 mobile games. They're made for playing with friends. They're instant, and you're able to play them directly from Snapchat. And taking a step back, 2 years ago when we launched this platform around May in 2019, we launched the platform with a goal. We wanted to replicate that feeling of hanging out with your friends in a real living room and hopefully playing games and having a good experience, a good time with them as well. Not only about the games itself, but also the friendship. It's about building that experience where not only the players currently, but the folks that are on the back that are spectating can engage with the game, can wait for their chance, and can quickly join in without friction, and can play a game together rather than solo. This is, of course, not the core distribution currently on the app stores. There's a lot of friction to making a game social. We're trying to ease that and make it easier for you. And a good example of that is Aquapark. Aquapark launched around 6 months ago. Aquapark, of course, there's an original game that was on the App Store, but we worked with Voodoo, our good friends at Voodoo, to bring a multiplayer, social, renewed experience of their very original success. And on Snapchat, Aquapark has been a tremendous success, and I'm going to touch a little bit more on that in just a bit. I mentioned before, if you want to replicate the experience of a living room and bring it to the digital world, it's impossible to do it if people are unable to communicate and easily play together. And we've seen that happening from the beginning, because from day one, we launched our platform with a way of you having voice and chat directly embedded into your game. Think about it almost like Discord meets casual gaming, in a way that if I launch a game with you all on chat and I invite you to play, within a couple of seconds you're there, you're with me, and you can chat and use voice together. And you're going to see a quick example of how it sounds and how it looks.
Who is it? It's Alex. I'm going. Wait. Stay on one side, and then we spook him out. Yeah. Where? Oh no! Right.
That was an example from Bitmoji Party. It's built by our first party studio, which are in Australia. And they're really responsible for building experiences that test the limits of our platform, both in terms of polish, 3D, voice, multiplayer, and Bitmoji Party, of course, has been a tremendous success for the last couple of years. For the last couple of years as well, since we launched 2 years ago, we now had more than 200 million Snapchatters playing games and minis on our platform, which is really exciting. And it's been a tremendous growth and really powerful tool for Snapchatters to engage within our ecosystem that brings them together rather than setting them apart. Games are instantly launchable. And I mentioned chat. You've seen from the Aquapark example, chat is one of our core entry points for games. Whenever you're chatting with a friend or your besties on Snapchat, you have a little rocket in the right-hand corner. And when you click on it, you see a list of the most recent games that have been launching. When you click play, within 5 seconds, you're playing with your friends. And this is really at the core of what we're trying to build. No downloads, no installs, no friction to invite a friend to play. You're there and you're able to do it right away. And I mentioned also that most discovery, it's organic. It's not that you can't run UA or ads towards your Snap games, but that's not at the core of why we built this platform. We built this platform to ease the way that people can move from whatever they are doing on Snapchat into a game and then back to their communication with their daily friends on games. And as you know, usually when folks are not playing a game, they're engaging on platforms like ours and others in communicating with their friends. So hopefully you're there, just one tap from them being able to play your game. And chat was one example of an entry point, but you see plenty of them on the screen and more. Both Minis menu, which we just recently announced, and a Minis menu is this place for you to bookmark your favorite games, to return to them, and to follow on updates and notifications. We have carousels of recommendations on search, discover feed. When you're scrolling down, you sometimes find a game, and your friends are also responsible for bringing you back to the game. So the game should ease the way that people can share, invite, gift, request something from their friends. And you see examples from chat and camera of how people are doing it with some of our games. And it's not only about Aquapark. Plenty of games have been, gladly enough, successful in reaching their goals when they went on this journey of building for the platform. And a developer that we're really proud to work with as well is MojiWorks. MojiWorks is a developer here based out of London, and they launched our first cooking game back in 2019. And since then, the game has been a tremendous success with Snapchatters. Over 65 million players played it all time until now. And when people join together, when friends play together, they play twice as long. And so with this game and others that are being successful, we're seeing a trend, and we're seeing our theory being validated, which is when people join and are able to play together, although you can also play solo, when they do play together, they play for longer. And it could be 2x, 3x, 4x. And as the group increases, as you play with more friends, the more and the longer you play as well. And we know how important that is, also as a proxy for monetization and for you to build a business that is successful. A good example of time spent is Bitmoji Party, our first party game that we built a couple of years ago as well. Each of our DAU spends in Bitmoji Party spends around 20 minutes playing the game. And this is just one example. We have other games that have really long sessions of gameplay, and we're excited to see that Snapchatters are not only playing snackable experiences, but they're willing to commit their time to playing together. And I mentioned I was gonna call them back, but Voodoo, tremendous successful partnership for us. During our Snap Partner Summit this year, we announced our multi-game partnerships. So we're gonna be building many games with them this year and throughout. And for their first game, it was a really awesome success. So 45 million players in just about 6 months played Aquapark. It's really nice to see a game that was launched 2 years ago originally on the app stores have a second life that on Snapchat is reaching similar types of peaks. The game on Snapchat is very different from the original. It's a real-time multiplayer game. You can play quickly with friends and with randoms on Snapchat. You have synchronous features to socially share, to gift. There's leaderboards where you can see where you stand against your friends or against Snapchatters as a whole. And it's of course very personal because you're using your Bitmoji as a player. So if you launch Aquapark right now, you quickly become your Bitmoji in a virtual experience and you play as yourself and you're the hero throughout your gameplay journey. And you can see all the other Snapchatters and their different looks, which makes it very social and relatable as well. And of course, it's not only about the hopefully millions of players that join your game, but you need to make sure also that you monetize and that you build a successful business with Snapchat. And we've been seeing more and more businesses being successful, more investments going into HTML5, into social gaming. And we're glad that we're playing our role on that. But of course, the industry is big enough that it has other platforms accommodating for that as well. On monetization, we offer standard monetization tools like tokens, and Snap tokens are in-app purchases on Google, on Android. And what you use is Google billing. So users already have the credentials for payments exactly as they do in your games. They don't need to add any more information of credit card or bank account. They're already ready to pay and spend on skins and unlocking that content that gives them an edge on the game. And we have ads, which you see on the right-hand side, both rewarded ads or interstitials. Those are our in-house demand. There are formats. They're usually 6-second skippable or unskippable ads that folks really quickly can engage with, watch the ad, hopefully engage with some of them as well. But if not, skip to gameplay and play together. And that's one of the uniquenesses of Snap as well, is that our mobile ads are very mobile friendly. Rather than waiting 30 seconds, 1 minute for the ad to finish, within a couple of seconds, you're always back to gameplay. And of course, now we're slowly opening up the platform to more and more submissions and applications. We're still a very curated platform. We don't want the platform to become overwhelmed with poor quality games. We want to make sure that every game has a minimum standard, and so that we can guarantee success for developers, so that they have a curated approach both from the partnership side and from our channels of curation on the product side. But if you want to learn more, of course, reach out to games@snap.com. You'll see that there's an application form. You can submit it, and hopefully I'll reach out to you or someone in the team very soon. And that was Snap Games. And of course, it's really important for us to build gaming experiences within our platform, and they're frictionless. They're very quick, and there's no limitations to how quickly you can engage with a friend. On the App Store, there's a little bit more, but we want to make sure that we use those learnings from Snap Games, and we bring some of those benefits for virality, for sharing, for social, directly into your games independently of where they are. So if they are on Android, they are on iOS, PCR console, you can also use the same tools that Snap Games is enabling for our developers. And so I'm going to walk you through SnapKit for Games. SnapKit for Games is our set of SDKs and APIs that we offer that allow your Android and iOS games to become more social, more shareable, interactive, and more personal. And when it comes to being personal, we're usually talking about Bitmoji in our ecosystem. And Bitmoji is the world's digital avatar. It's a company that we acquired a couple of years ago, and we've been slowly embedding Bitmojis into our experience. On the left-hand side, you see maps and how people represent themselves on maps, how they use stickers in order to communicate with their friends. On the right-hand side, you see 2 pieces of content: Bitmoji stories, which are watched by tens of millions of users every week, and are comics that put you together with your friend in a very fun comedy cartoon. And then on the right-hand side, you see games, which I'm touching on. And games allow you to bring Bitmoji 3D into your experience, but 2D as well, as leaderboards and UI elements, so that you can play as yourself rather than a stickman character or a character that doesn't have any personalization. Bitmoji has also been highly engaged with. 200 million people use Bitmoji every day. And it's not only in our ecosystem, but across partner apps. So both on games, on Samsung keyboards, and other keyboards around the world, you can now communicate with Bitmoji, you can express yourself with Bitmoji, or you can identify and play with Bitmoji as well. And again, our Gen Z community that we've been speaking, and I heard in some of the previous presentations, people touch on them. It's really a mobile first and really tech savvy audience that sees Bitmoji as their core digital representation as they are becoming more digital beings, not only human, not only physical, but the digital experiences are also important, and they need to spend time building their characters as well. And we've seen that Bitmoji has impact on gameplay. On Snap games, when people play with Bitmoji versus playing as a fallback character, they spend twice as much playing than those without. And we're seeing similar patterns on other games off platform as well. And one of the games that we're very proud of and successful of the partnership is Perfect Expert 3D, a game by Gizmart, one of our very core developers, where you can see in the right-hand side that you can play as your Bitmoji. You can also quickly share into our ecosystem using camera and making sure that you engage with your friends and you brag about those achievements within the game. This game has been seeing improvements when people are connected with Bitmoji and with Snap. They see higher day one retention, 20%, and higher monetization as well through 60% higher ad views per DAU. And this is hopefully something that we hope to track and to build case studies on for the next couple of months as we roll out this technology more broadly. We already have plenty of developers that are building with Bitmoji, both on Snap and off platform, both Mattel with their Uno, Gizmart, Game Jam, Voodoo, Zynga, so many other folks that are joining us day by day to make sure that their games are both social and use Bitmoji as a personalization for their players on their platforms of preference. And you see the example from Neurolic and from Water Shooty, where you can quickly become yourself within the game, and you can be incentivized to share and to snap those achievements using the camera. And SnapKit is our technology for three core things within gaming. Creative Kit, which allows you to quickly share those moments and leverage your players, leverage your users as advocates to bring more of them back to the game. And you can use your MMPs trackers like Adjust to hopefully make sure that they follow that funnel exactly as they would on marketing, on advertising, or organically. You have Login Kit, which allows players to keep progress across iOS, Android, or any other experiences where they want to be identified when they play your game. And Netskit, our SDK for monetization. Our audience network team will work with you and with the mediation tools that you use to make sure that our ad formats, our mobile ad formats that I mentioned before, are also available throughout your game. And sharing. Sharing is really at the core of Creative Kit, and you can share using dynamic stickers, as you see on the left, with your high scores, with your Bitmoji. You can use also video highlights or really personalized moments, like me throwing a shake at my friend Edgar, who works with me at Snap, and getting a quick snippet of that bad moment, that my miss, and being able to prompt him and say, "Hey, I'm really not good at this. Come back and play with me." And Creative Kit uses also our most innovative technology. When you think about Snap, you think about augmented reality. And within your games, you can have a quick prompt to share to Snap. It launches the camera of Snap. It launches with the background of an AR lens, where you can customize the lens. And you can also use information that you carry from your game directly into the lens. It being a high score, a level you achieved, or maybe you want to allow the player to represent themselves with a skin in the game that they just unlocked. You can also do that. And SnapKit has been very successful in making sure that people share, but both that are returned back to the game. the usual share on Snap, it leads to, on average, 120 views per share. And what we're really proud of is the swipe up rate. Whenever a friend receives that share, 7% of them are deciding to swipe up and install that game or play it if it's a Snap game. This is a really high rate when comparing, for example, to email or other forms of content marketing that folks are using. So hopefully leverage more of your players and leverage more of our social tools to make sure your experience grows and it becomes viral. And finally, I'm also going to leave you with technology for the future. We've been investing a lot in AR and in the uses of AR, not only for special fun moments, but also for content and for games. And you're going to see an example of connected lenses. Connected lenses are AR lenses that allow you to play together in real time, use voice, use chat, and be in a shared moment and in a shared environment with your friends, independently of where you are, if they are close to you or if they are playing from their homes. So I'm gonna let you watch this video for just a minute, but Keepan from our team here in London is gonna walk you through what we've been building in the last couple of years.
Hi, Keypan here, computer vision engineer at Snap. The mission of our team is to expand how people connect through the power of our AR. We started with landmarkers, and last year launched local lenses. Now we're proud to introduce connected lenses. For the first time, friends can share the same lens experience at the same time, whether they're across the room or across the world. To kick things off, we partnered with the LEGO Group. Together, we created a first-of-its-kind AR lens that allows you to collaboratively build with LEGO bricks right on Snapchat. Through shared state, real-time interaction, and co-located sessions, you can chat, play, create, and rebuild the world with your closest friends or your most distant relatives. And starting today, creators can build the next generation of connected AR experiences right in Lens Studio. Welcome to the world of connected lenses.
And as you're seeing, it's a trend. We're basically leveraging exactly the same social tools, the learnings from our Snap Games platform, into building experiences that don't only live on Snap or are not only HTML5, but can be Android, iOS, AR experiences where you're leveraging our technology to make your games more interactive. So that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed. And of course, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me on the platform as well, and I'll be happy to connect with you and tell you more after.
Thank you very much, Pedro. That felt like a piece of future, you know, especially in the end. Well, maybe one day I will start using Snap. I downloaded it last year after you recommended me, and I have this icon. I do not delete it. I can't, you know, get to opening it because, you know, I have to after everything you showed to us.
I'll definitely send you an invite for us to play a game together. It's definitely a platform that, of course, very well known from years ago, and it's starting to grow really fast on markets that it lost a little bit of traction, and it stayed really strong in markets like US, UK, Canada, and Western markets where it still has a big hold, especially on the younger audiences, both Gen Z and millennials. And I guess I'm still a millennial, so yes.
Well, I'm not sure that I'm the younger, but actually it's a great way to try the new platform. If you send me the invite to play the game, I think, oh my God, what can be better? Thank you so much for your presentation. We were happy to have you as our speaker again, and hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you soon, and good luck for the rest of the event, and hope to see you in next ones as well, in person.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Pedro.
Have a nice day, Julia.
Have a nice